As someone who recently got really invested in strength training, I've been taking creatine for a few months now. And back when I was doing research to figure out whether creatine was right for me, I found some articles looking at creatine and the brain. So, for those of you who are maybe not familiar, creatine is a common supplement taken by athletes that helps provide additional energy to skeletal muscle. And so, studies have been conducted looking at the effects of supplemental creatine on things like cognitive function, memory, and attention. And the results have been kind of mixed. So there have been a few studies that have shown that taking creatine does improve your memory recall. It improves the processing of information. But there were also some studies that actually didn't find any differences. And so I think a big key for research going forward is going to be figuring out what the differences between these studies are. Is there some characteristic that makes it so that creatine is beneficial versus not? Or is there something else going on between these studies that we're not quite catching on to? There's also some indications that creatine could be beneficial in the treatment of depression and anxiety. And so in all these cases, scientists do have some hypotheses about how creatine could be affecting the brain to lead to these changes. And so one of them is the same as with skeletal muscle, which is that your brain actually uses a lot of energy. Thinking is a very energy intensive process. That's why things like taking a test is actually exhausting. And so creatine could just provide additional energy to help improve brain performance in that way. There's also some indications that creatine could modulate dopamine and serotonin signaling, and these are things that we know are really key to mental illnesses like depression and anxiety. And there's also some indications that creatine itself could act as a neurotransmitter, sending messages in between neurons. And so I want to make it really clear, I am not recommending that anyone start taking creatine. I think if you're interested in it, definitely talk to your doctor. But all in all, I think that this is a really exciting avenue of research, especially as we face an aging population and we see more cases of cognitive decline. This could be a really important supplement. So that's all I have for you today. Do you take creatine? Do you not? Tell us about it in the comments, and we'll catch you next time.